This is the computer that I would be running my BBS on, and I will give you a quick tour of it. Over here we have a bit out of time modem. This is actually a 56K, but I liked it because it matched the theme of this case so well. This is a bit more modern case than an XT would be in. So let me go over what this is. This is, let me get the camera in position. As you can see here, this is the NUXT, the new XT, Nuxt. Anyways, it's made by a guy in like Denmark, I believe. Anyways, it's called Monotech PCs. This is a modern re-implementation of a XT motherboard. So it's got things like compact flash built into it, VGA built into it, and PS2 keyboard support, which is great because XTs used to require a specific type of keyboard, an XT keyboard, and it was always a hassle to find those later in the years. This empty socket here would be for a basic ROM, so you could boot right into basic, but it's really not necessary. Anyways, I got this board as blank PCB and I had to solder all the components onto it, which was a lot of fun. I could finally say that I'd built my own computer. But anyways, let's not spend too much time on this. Well, this is a modern XT. Oh yeah, this motherboard. It also has support for, let's see, oh, it's buried under here. But anyways, it'll run off of a ATX power supply. Yeah, there's the power connector back there. Anyways, yeah, it runs off a modern ATX power supply. Set up the camera so we can see this. I've got another camera pointed right at the screen so we can see that better. But this will give you the basic experience of what BBSing was like back in the mid 90s, just as the internet was coming public. Okay, so I set the date and time because this thing does not have an internal clock. 6:35, 18:35. Today is March 19th. Okay, now let's turn on the other camera. All right, both screens are now recording. So we're gonna get, on this compact flash, I've got it partitioned into 2 drives. So we're gonna go to the D drive, and you can see we got directories here. We're gonna go into the BBS directory, which is where I've kept all my stuff. Now, I haven't set this BBS up a whole lot other than getting the games working on it. So we're just gonna go into Iniquity, because that's the BBS software we're running. And we're going to type Iniquity to turn it on. It will come up. Oh, I need to fire up share. Now it'll run. Alright. It's initializing the modem. There we go. Now, I heard the modem click a little bit. But for the most part, it's just going to ignore the modem. Now, this is what I would see while waiting for a phone call. When it got a phone call, it would display ring right here, and then it would tell the modem to answer. And then it would connect, and it would look a lot like this, which I'm going to do local login. Local logout. Go, we get some art. These are ANSI art. It's made with entirely text and the special characters that DOS could do in text. So here we are. We can log on or apply as new. We can leave feedback, we can hang up, or we can page sysop. Sysop was a system operator, and that would be me who was running the BBS. They could page me for a chat. Anyways, we're going to go apply as new. Okay, when we come up with a name, so we are going to be Lars, and your real name. Privacy was not a thing back in the day, so Bob something. And then, like I said, privacy was really not a thing back in the day, so we're going to put in a 010101. this thing is not Y2K compliant, so it does not know how old we are. And then that privacy thing again, these were always local people calling in, so because you had to dial the phone to get to the BBS, you generally only wanted to call the local ones in your area. And then city, I grew up in Port Orchard, United States, WA, and zip code there was 98366. And then more privacy concerns. It wants your phone number, 123-456-7890. And more privacy and not very diverse. We only get 2 choices here. And then we're going to choose a password, so we're going to say keyword 1, keyword 1. Fancy coloring that was considered cool back in the day. Now we can do this. Log in. Password. Oh, I could have logged in as Lars. Oh yeah. Anyways, keyword 1. See, it shows you what users logging in and what their password is, so you do want to know while they're logging in. Anyways, here's some more graphics. I'm going to hit C for continuous so it stops interrupting it. And we make full pictures. I never mastered the ability to do this, but you could hire artists to make your login pictures for you. Okay. I made this, so this is the name of my BBS. It's Planet Zod. Just barely read that font. I like the colorfulness. Anyways. So here's some stats. This BBS is running Iniquity BBS software hosted on 8088 at a whopping 9.55 megahertz, actually an NEC V20, which is about 20% faster on their modern Nuxt motherboard with a compact flash card for storage. The Telnet bridge, yeah, I tried using a Guru modem. We're using an actual modem for this demonstration. So, anyways, Guru modem is a way of connecting this thing to internet so people can Telnet in. I just haven't been able to get it to play nicely with this software yet. Deep Mage is my other account I've got on this BBS. Okay. And yeah, so another welcome message. And it's animating the colors and the letters there. So now we can do a BBS list. Display the BBS list. There are no entries. So if I had my own BBS and I was dialing into this one, oh, it's a Telnet board. Sure, we'll add that one then. There's a Telnet board I like to dial in or Telnet into. It's called Digital Distortion. BBS.digital. No, it's Digital Distortion BBS.com. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the board. I don't know his name. BBS software. He's running Synchronet, which is the most common nowadays because it was open sourced and then continued to be developed after the BBS scene went away. Max storage, 900. Other info, no info, save entry. Okay. Now let's view the BBS list. There we go. One BBS listed in the list. Can't read the phone number or anything, but whatever. Quit. Okay, so we're back at the main menu. Let's just go to, this BBS software had Tetris built into it, so if I press exclamation point, and then I've got Tetris. This was like the only BBS software I know of that ever put a game built into it. It was novel. Not doing so well. Definitely not. So anyways, you don't want to watch me play Tetris all night, so I'm going to hit escape. That exits. We're out of Tetris. Back to the main menu. Now, doors. This was, so you could go to a message system, message menu, and here you could, it was like, if you've ever been to a bulletin board on the internet where you have, you know, message forums, or, yeah, it's called bulletin boards, sometimes they're called message forums. This was the equivalent of that. You could go in here, you could change different areas, area change. Yeah, there's no message areas. So. You could scan for new messages, you could post a message. Normally there'd be groups, there'd be like, you know, fellow sysop group, there'd be a buy and sell group, there'd be a home improvement group, there'd be a computer building group for support, just like modern message forums. So we're gonna queue back to the main menu. There's also a file menu. So scan for new files, no. So what you could do here was upload and download, just like you do on the internet now. This was the only way we got shareware games back in the day, or, you know, games to play on our computers. It was always public domain or shareware files, unless you found a underground BBS, in which case they would be hosting piracy files. But for the most part, everything I dealt with was the shareware. You'd go on there and you get a latest shareware version of Duke Nukem or whatever, and you download it, and you go back to your computer and play it there. So I don't have any files here. But my favorite thing to do was D for doors. So online games. This game right here, Jezebel, and this game right here, BBS Simulator. I wrote those games right at the end of the BBS era. And the two biggest games of all time were Lord, Legend of the Red Dragon, and Trade Wars 2002, which was a space trading game I still play to this day. There's also Bagels, which I thought it was always fun, so fire up Bagels, it's really quick. The user wouldn't see any of these DOS commands, there'd be a pause and then the game would load, and this is what they would start seeing. This bar at the bottom is just my status bar as a sysop I get to see. So this is a number guessing game. You may have heard of it before. My daughter was taught it in like 2nd grade. So let's play the game. You're guessing a 3-digit number. None of the digits repeat in any of these numbers, and it gives you code words to know if you've got it right. So Bagels means none of those digits are in the final number. Pico means one of those digits is in the final number, but you don't have it in the right place yet. So we're gonna go 570. Okay, 0 might be in the right place. So we know it's got a 0 in it because we've only come up with 2 digits so far. Fermi means you've got one of the digits right in the right place. We're gonna go 840. Okay. 860. Nope, it was the 4. So 940 will be the right number. I got it. There we go. Now your score starts out at I believe it's 1,000, and then it divides it by the number of guesses you've gotten. You get 3 rounds per day, and then we get on the high scores. Okay, so it's 210. Nope. 301. I got it. Cool. Just a little bit of logic, and you can figure out the number. This was a really fun game back in the day. It's like one of the first BBSs I called had it. Okay, so we're going to 129. Nope. 723. I got it. There we go. I'm pretty good at this game after all the years I've played it. Anyways, now we get to high score. Let's go top scores. Yes. So there I am. This month's high score of 542. So come back tomorrow and try to beat my score. Other people can log in and try to beat my score. It resets every month. So that was Bagels. Oh, this seems to be a registered copy. Sure. Now, let's try Jezebel real fast, since I wrote Jezebel. I did a pretty good job of sourcing some good art for this game. Unfortunately, maybe it won't work. Okay, so Jezebel's not going to play nice with us today. If I had time, I'd go back and fix it. Anyways, let's see if we can get Trade Wars to play with us. Trade Wars is where it's at. So this is what BBSs were like, circa 93, 94. So you've got a little animation in the graphics here. I'm not going to stop it at all. Normally I would, but you get to watch it draw out. This computer is just slow enough that it's really like dialing up on a 2400 baud modem or so. Not terribly fast. This is how we would watch it draw out when we were dialed into it with the old modem. There were several versions of Trade Wars before 2002 came out, and 2002 was a massive improvement over what they had. Okay, we're going to go there. See, it asks us if we want to set up a name. We can go with a new name or we can go with the BBS name. We'll go with the BBS name. Then we have to name our ship. This is a fairly older version of Trade Wars 2002. So anyway, we're going to name our ship Good Ship Lollipop. Version 103D. They're like 3.4. It's the last version they got up to. 103D I liked because it's missing just enough features to feel really good. So here's the menu. There's a lot of commands you can do, and it takes a long time to master it. For now, we're going to engage the onboard Cray computer. So here's the commands we have in here. We can list the other players, L, by values. So Deep Mage is my other account. I've played a couple of times. Oh, and I've also played as Uniclocker. So what we do is this sector is sector 1, and there are 1,000 sectors in the game. So we just pick a random number and we can go to it. It's going to calculate the autopilot path, and there we go. I'm just going to press enter for autopilot. Anytime it sees a port, it should stop and let us exchange goods there. Okay, port, trade. Yay, and because nobody's been here before, I get a ton of experience point for stopping in. Oh, I only have 300 credits. Oh, it does not want to let me. When you start out, you don't have a whole lot of money. So. Okay, we made it to 700 and only found one port. Let's go to 300. There's another port. Shoot. Maybe I need to buy less stuff. There we go, I can afford that. And I go to another port. Now, I've got 20 of the fuel oil that they're buying, and then they're going to sell me either one of those. So I'm going to sell it. I bought it for $257 or something like that. Now I'm going to sell it for $557, so there's my profit. Now I want to buy some organics. Let's just buy 10 so I don't run out of money again. Buy it for. Now I can haggle with them. 380, 390. There we go, and I get experience points if I get a good deal. I don't want to buy any equipment, so here's another port. I try and trade at it. There we go. I'm going to sell them my organics. See if I can get 650 out of them. There we go. I got good experience for it. Let's buy 12 of the equipment. This looks like a good idea because I almost didn't have enough money. Let's see if I can get it down to 850. Yeah, I got one experience point, so it was a pretty decent deal. Another port. 1500. Yay. Okay. Now 250. Cool. And finally in sector 300. Oh, there's my other ship. Now, what you can do when you find another person is you can attack them. I'm going to use all of my fighters. Oh, didn't manage to destroy it. So, we're going to go to sector 1. I'm going to make some money on the way. Now they won't buy any. See, if they're selling what I've got, then they just say go away. Okay, Sector 1, port, trade. So this is a special port that sells equipment. It's in Sector 1, and there's a couple other ones in the game somewhere too. See, I'm gonna buy myself some more fighters. I can only buy 7 fighters. Yeah, that's not gonna do me much good. So, and if you, in Sector 1, we've also got a planet called Terra. If you build a planet, you have to come here to get your colonists. And we'll draw out some nice art here to show you what it's like on the planet. There we go. And you can leave or take colonists. Generally, you'd only be taking them so that you can take them to your planet. Once you've got a planet, you put colonists on it, they start making you things like fighters every night. So, anyways, let's, so off we go. This will relaunch. Okay, one more game, and that'll be my whole demonstration. Let's try Lord. This was a very, very popular game at the end. In fact, the games that I wrote, like Jezebel, were my best attempt at copying this game, so, and doing a different theme with it. So yes, and what do I want as my warrior name? Lars. Yep. Gender, again, not very many choices. Anyways, continue. So once you get here, you go into the forest and you look for something to kill. It's I found an old man, and he's got a weapon. So, oops, did that work? There we go. Yeah, this is an older version of Lord as well, so I'm used to just being able to hit enter, but you actually have to hit A. So I hit him for 9, he hit me for 2. I'm still healthy enough to keep fighting. Boom, I did a power move and killed him. I get 73 gold. Now I'm gonna go to the healer's hut, which is H, and I'm gonna heal all possible. 2 hit points are healed. Now I'm gonna look again. I found a large green rat. Boom, got him in 1 try. I can look again. Another large green rat dead. Look, large green rat. Ugly old hag. I killed her on the first try. Look. Old man. Got old man. Hey. Still a group of merry men. After partying with them for 2 hours, you feel totally refreshed. Okay. You find a piece of Omar's fruit of lore. The strange fruit tastes cold and sweet. You feel totally refreshed. Okie dokie. Anyways, so you can go to the inn. You can converse with the patrons, which just gives you a graffiti wall to write on. I'm going to try flirting with Violet. Flirt. Now generally, you work your way up through these as you get more charm points. So if you try to, go all the way to the first try, she's going to knock you over. We're just going to wink at her. So you work your way up. Now we can hear Seth Abel the Bard and ask him to sing to you, and he gives you more forced fights. So that's always fun. Anyways. That's everything. My slightly long 5-minute video showing off my BBS. Let's go exit to fields. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we put back to the main menu, but there's nothing else I want to show you. This is what BBSs were back in the day. That's what we did before we had the internet, really. And died off very quickly once we had the internet. So I'm going to click goodbye. It gives me the option to send messages before I go, but I'm going to log off. And then it goes back to waiting for phone calls. My modem goes click, and it's ready for incoming phone calls. I don't even have a phone line anymore, but yeah, this is what it would have been like. Thanks for visiting.